Okay, let's break down this super clever replication model. It splits data for some serious performance gains.
So at its core, you've got this split. Gameplay data has to be perfect. Cosmetic data, not so much.
Gameplay stuff gets sent reliably, but cosmetic state, that's sent unreliably. This decouples logic from looks.
All right, let's start with the gameplay channel. This is where everything has to be absolutely perfect. The whole architecture is pretty straightforward. You've got an owner, a transport, and then the logic handler.
Now this is pretty cool. All the gameplay state is handled by just 6 independent arrays.
So what kind of data are we actually talking about here? Let's look inside those arrays.
First, you've got your core attributes, like health. They're sent as a full data snapshot. And here's a brilliant little trick. Some attributes are server only, which saves a ton of bandwidth.
It's the same deal for modifiers, buffs and debuffs. Clients get the full stack of effects.
Okay, but how does the client know when these effects, like buffs, actually start and end?
It uses something called a status seed. It's basically a snapshot with all the key starting info.
Okay, now this right here. This is probably the most important design decision in the entire system. Here's the kicker. The big, complicated server-side object, it literally never leaves the server.
Clients just get the bare minimum they need for the UI. That's it, nothing extra.
This is huge because it avoids sending all that heavy, complex junk over the network.
So what about changes while a status is active? Well, for that, there's another system.
The system just sends these tiny delta updates, using a bit mask to flag exactly what changed.
And to keep things in order, it uses an event ID, so clients can just ignore old packets.
So let's just step back and look at the smart choices that make this whole thing work. Every single decision here, from the arrays to the instances, is all about performance and consistency.
So it kind of leaves you with a question, right? How could this idea simplify your own systems?